This is the She Eagle Ministries. God bless you for listening. Our topic today is don't waste more time. Gone are the days when God fed his people with manna. Many believers are still wondering if God's promises to them will come to pass. Oh yes, it will. Because God does not lie. However, unless you get up from your idle life, because God does not bless lazy people. Abraham wasn't a lazy man before God called him. No, he was already a rich man according to Genesis chapter 12 verse 4. When he was leaving his father's house, he already had in his possession flocks and slaves. Abraham had two siblings, Haran and Nahor. Why didn't God call Haran, being the senior? And also, if the senior brother of Abraham were to be rich as Abraham, would the son Lot leave behind his father's wealth to follow his uncle? Of course, no. So you see, God will never give his blessings to any idle person. Do something with your life. The Bible says in Genesis chapter 26 verse 1 to 3 that there was a famine in the land, and the Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land where I tell you. Stay in this land for a while, and I will be with you, and I will bless you." Wow. What an assured blessing from God. But see, Isaac never slept or left an idle life, all because God had promised him. When you read Genesis chapter 26 verse 12, it says, Isaac planted crops in that land the same year, reaped an hundredfold, because the Lord blessed him. The man became rich, and his wealth continued until he became very wealthy. The blessing came after Isaac had planted. My dear, after you have prayed, get up and seek for ideas. Start something, no matter how small it may be. It is before the blessing of God will manifest in your life. Joseph went through many trials and finally landed himself in prison in Egypt, even though God had promised him a beautiful future. Pharaoh had a dream, and Joseph was called upon to interpret. After the interpretation, he proposed a plan to Pharaoh as to how the famine could be prevented or wouldn't have a toll on Egypt. The king was pleased with Joseph's proposal according to Genesis chapter 41 verse 37 to 40. I believed when Joseph heard that the king was calling him. He prayed within his heart and reminded God of his promises to him. Indeed, God heard his prayers and instantly gave Joseph a great idea. His plan pleased the king, and the king gave him the prime minister position. Wow. Now see, Joseph did not go to sleep after attaining that position. The Bible says in Genesis chapter 41 verse 47 to 49, during the 7 plentiful years, the earth produced abundantly, and he gathered up all the food of these 7 years, which occurred in the land of Egypt, and put the food in the cities. He put in every city the food from the fields around it. And Joseph stored grain in great abundance, like the sand of the sea, until he ceased to measure it, for it could not be measured. Did you hear that? Joseph worked assiduously day and night to store food during the plenty years. Joseph's proposal to the king created a position and a job for himself before his dream of his family bowing to him came to pass. What are you doing with your life? Thousands of prophecies have been told you, yet nothing is happening. All because you are still sleeping, walking idle, not taking the bull by the horn. Get up and do something. King Solomon inherited the kingship from his father David. God told David that his son Solomon would build him a temple. Even though God had said it, but there wasn't any material to build with, until Solomon took a step of faith and wrote to Hiram to produce him with the cedars and other materials before the temple was built. Nothing is too late in your life. Do not let 2024 pass by you like the other years. No, pray to God, ask for his guidance and directions, and take a step of faith. Your blessings will never, and I repeat, will never come until you start doing something. Remember, God does not bless lazy people. May this year be a fruitful year in your life. God bless you for listening.
And God bless you for subscribing. Peace. Shalom.